Hello Geminis and welcome to your August 2025 reading. So this month we're entering, of course, Leo season. That means Lionsgate until the 8th of August. And what does that ask? Of course, it's an alignment, but it asks us to go into our heart center, to the authenticity of our heart center, to what we want to express, that kind of fifth house Leo expression. And right the next day, on the 9th of August, we have the full moon in Aquarius. So the full moon in Aquarius is, the front neighbor of Leo on the wheel of astrology. And so what I express is then funneled into what I bring to society, to my community, to the people around me. The uniqueness that I am, the only point of expression that I hold, that I embody, there you go, being expressed in this world. So it's a beautiful combination to kind of realign us in who we truly are. Not what we have to do, not what people project on us, or the limit of the perception of who we are, but to go back into our heart center in that reason that this is going to be the closest to the authentic incarnated us. So, and then at the end of the month, we have around the 23rd, the new moon in Virgo. And of course, like after having all that fire and air, the alignment, the understanding, maybe the download of your purpose and so on, Virgo is going to help to ground it, embody it. How do I apply this and engage in it in my daily life with discernment? That is the Virgo new moon that is going to lead you for the next 6 months, understanding this in its shadow and its light. So, beautiful shifting month. So let's see for you, my beautiful Geminis, what the energies are going to be that you need to be aware of so you can maneuver the month of May, you're in May, the month of August in the best way. All right. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. I call upon my guides to help me give Geminis a reading that will help them for their best path, for their enlightenment, for their healing, for their way. For the month of August 2025. Geminis. Geminis. Okay, one more time. Okay, there we go. Give me 3 cards. For Geminis. Ooh. So I have the King of Pentacle and the 8 of Pentacle. Now it flew away, but there it is. So the 8 of Pentacle is on the solar plexus, hint Leo, but it's on the unconscious solar plexus. In a sense, it's the part where when the alignment is good, you don't even have to think about it. So in a sense, when you're grounded, red pants, you're focused, you used your willpower and your knowledge, growth, the physical, tangible growth is going to happen by itself. When it's like that, we have to either work even harder, put some more willpower into it. There's obstacles maybe. It's like climbing a mountain. So here they're talking about capacity to view your worth, value, invest, commit, and so on. And so maybe you're going to become aware of something that prevents things to just grow in a smooth, flowing manner. Ooh, that was quick. So they're keeping this. They're giving me the Page of Cups, but I have the Three of Wands in reverse. And that is when the fire is not receptive. Something is blocking my energy. When you look at this card, it is a man. It's a masculine. So that means it's the rational aspect of fire. Okay? When it's open like this, the number 3 is a feminine receptive. It's the receptacle. It's the matrix, number 3. It's the first closed shape. So a closed shape made of fire to be able to receive. That's why this guy is just there. He's not doing anything. He's not in action. He's not in strategy. He's not in anything. He's just passively receptive, which is like a feminine attribute. The feminine receives, the masculine pushes. I'm not talking women and men. I'm talking about, we're in a dual movement universe. Okay? So, this is a receptive card. He's waiting for those boats on the golden waters of creation to come towards him. But when it's like this, that means he's not receptive. So here we have another masculine that should be just focused with no other different beliefs, and it would magically, the pentacles would magically grow. But here we have a problem again with it. So Page of Cups with it. That's interesting. We're keeping the King of Pentacle, but here we have the Page of Cup. Okay, so let's see the third card. All right, we're going to see things clearly at the end of the month here, Gemini, and that's very good. That's the discernment. Again, feminine perception is how the information is coming towards me. Okay, so it's going to come towards me. I'm going to perceive, absorb the information through the sword of my truth, of my wisdom, of my understanding. Okay, so this is about the perception. And here I have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles, this is what I was able to build, create on my own. Okay, there she is. Again, if we look at, it's important to look at the gender on a card. It's a woman. So it's all about what she was able to absorb. Okay, she's got pomegranates on her dress. So absorb from above also all the seeds. The pomegranate is like all the potential of the universe, all of the seeds in it, in the way that it's made. So she's a channel for abundance, and she was able to ground a complete set. Let's call it like this. That's why she's independent, but still receptive to, here she's got a bird of prey, which of course it represents a certain class, but it's also the capacity to go for what you want, and to be able to communicate with air. It's a mastery of air. So, okay, let's clarify this. Good perception, good channel, but why is it hard to actually accomplish it or being able to receive what we want? Why does it have to be hard, or we don't see how it can come towards us? Let's see. All right. So we had the King of Pentacles upright. Here we have the Emperor upright, but there's that little sabotaging energy, Seven of Swords. So even if you're really able to invest and ground and manage your worth and so on, King of Pentacles, Emperor, manage everything, there's something in the beliefs that is disempowering and working behind the scene, like you're robbing yourself of something. Here I have the Ace of Wands in reverse, and of course we're Leo here, energy. How are you robbing yourself of energy, of fire, of passion? Let's look at the Three of Wands. Is it because you don't think it can come to you? Well, you're going to grab it anyway, because here I have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So I guess here, maybe you don't know how it's going to come and you're blocking the natural coming in of things, but I guess you're actually going to willfully go and get it. With the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles is telling us that there's a grounding effect here happening. Grounding on your self-worth, on your value, on what you're accepting to receive in the concrete world. So maybe you're going to have this understanding of your worth. Maybe you're going to have an understanding of it's okay to receive the investments of the universe. For me, there's something that's going to switch that around. At the end of the month here with the Queen of Swords. Okay. So the Queen of Swords will notice, will see Judgment. Four of Cups. Oh, it's true. We had that little Page of Cups here. Maybe it's that little extra self-love that is finally going to unblock everything, so that the fire becomes balanced, so that you can pull a judgment on what has been manifested before. The Wheel of Fortune wanted to move on the side here, so that just tells me that things are going to change. Because the Four of Cups is when we're only relying on the vibrations we've already experienced. And maybe that's how we're sabotaging ourselves. And that if nothing ever comes to us naturally and easily, that becomes kind of, this is what it is for me. Everything is always hard. So at one point, coming back from that, pulling the judgment on these old waters will probably change that karma. I'm just going to pull out another card here. Maybe you're going to notice, see, perceive the times where you should acknowledge yourself. It is done. You should look at these shadow parts that need to be readjusted. Am I right? What do you want to add up? Let's just see here. Ooh. Yeah, transformation. Transformation of your emperor. Maybe your emperor will be less putting fire on protection, being on its guard, not expecting anything, which is how you're sabotaging yourself and preventing things to just come to you naturally. So that guard self is actually, with the judgment, going to transform. So that's pretty good. How should we call this? Because you start as an emperor, you finish as an emperor. So you're acting in the right way. It's when it comes to the feminine allowing by the masculine aspect, by the rational mind, allowing in. If I think that things are always like I have to climb and do things hard and all of that, I'm actually going to create it. It's going to be part of my truth. But at the end of the month, you're perceiving this exactly. Even though you've mastered it, even if this was there, now it's just so that things can become easy. So that things can become easy. Making it easier. That's what I'm going to call it. And that's probably what you're going to realize with that Leo energy. How is the energy being planted and grown? It's not just my effort like this. There has to be also the counter, doing, attracting, receiving, giving. There has to be the counter. Making it easier. All right. So on this, my beautiful Geminis, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and all of that. If you want a private reading, you go on mysticwitchtarot.com, and there you have like the course on tarot and the Tree of Life. You have the book on tarot and the Tree of Life. You have all sorts of things. So there you go. And also thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and the full moon, I ask the divine to give you back in the shape that is the most beneficial for you. On this, namaste. And I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.